Over the years of going to concerts, I've collected a lot of guitar picks, a lot of set lists, and a lot of ticket stubs. So I'm going to show you how I personally scrapbook all of mine. There's no one way of doing it, everybody has their own ways. Personally, I like to keep all my stuff in a binder, nice and organized. For guitar picks, I like to use these silver dollar coin holders. You can find these for just a few dollars over the internet, most coin shops, most craft shops. And to go with these, I have these plastic binder sheets that can house these coin holders. Now, to put a guitar pick in one of these, all you gotta do, put the pick in there like this, fold the coin holder in half, staple both sides together, and this is what it should look like when it's totally finished. This is Cannibal Corpse. This is the first ever guitar pick I caught from a stage. And the reason I like to use these coin holders is because they can fit most sized guitar picks. This is a standard sized guitar pick right here, and this is a wide guitar pick that Devin Townsend used. I've seen a lot of displays and cases for guitar picks over the years, and the problem is that some of them are more expensive than they're worth, and they're not exactly ideal to use when you have hundreds of guitar picks. But also, some of them are made to house standard size guitar picks, so if you have a wide pick like this one, you're kind of out of luck on that front. But also, I like coin holders because I can label the bottom of them. See, like Greensboro, North Carolina, November 29th, 2017. I like to know when and where I got my guitar picks because I do have extras in here. There's also the case of sometimes you don't know what band they came from, what band member used the pick. This one right here, it's got no band logo on it. Has no signature on it, so I didn't know whose guitar pick this was when I found it on the floor after a concert, but fortunately, I was told that Brent Purgeson of Gwar played it, so now I have it labeled Brent Purgeson of Gwar. And also, coin holders are really good for protecting your guitar picks from being smudged if they're autographed. Not that guitar picks are the ideal thing to be autographed, but this is Terrence Hobbs of Suffocation. This was smudged a little bit before I had the chance to put it in a coin holder, and now it's protected for a long time. Something else that guitar players like to do is some of them like to slice their picks with razor blades because that helps their grip. This is something that Dimebag used to do. So sometimes you'll run into guitar picks that have razor slices every now and then. There are different ways that you can get guitar picks. The most common way is by standing in the front row at a concert or really close to the front row. And hopefully the guitar player is throwing enough out into the audience that you can catch one. Otherwise, you can sometimes ask a crew member or the guitar tech politely. Sometimes if you happen to meet the band members or if you wait by the tour bus after the show, sometimes you can ask the band, hey, any guitar picks for me? Well, these right here, these are Slayer guitar picks, and I didn't even get to meet the band to get these picks. I got to meet the crew, and the crew was nice enough to hand me these. This is Carrie's right here and Tom's right here. So if you can't meet a band member, the next best thing is getting their picks. For concert tickets, it's relatively simple. Again, I have these plastic binder sheets to house them in. You can get these online for relatively cheap, and you can get them at some craft stores. Now, what's really cool about this particular binder sheet is there's a primary pouch and a secondary pouch. So, say you didn't get a physical ticket. You only got a wristband or something. Well, you can put the wristband in this primary pouch, and in the secondary pouch, you can put a label. What band did you see that night? Now, the application for this is relatively simple. All you gotta do, put the ticket in there, and you're done. Now, the reason we collect concert tickets is because they're easy memorabilia from shows. You don't always have to take a bunch of pictures or buy a t-shirt to remember that you went to a show. You know, and there's just so much personality to a physical concert ticket as opposed to these emailed tickets and tickets printed off at home. Those aren't any fun. Say you've gone to hundreds of shows or dozens of shows. It's just fun to look at all of these tickets to all of these shows you've gone to. It's just really cool when an old-timer shows you their scrapbook of all the ticket stubs they've acquired over the years. To me, it's worth the extra $5 to have a ticket printed off and mailed to me, but sometimes I can go to the box office at the venue, and not only will they give me a physical ticket most of the time, but I'm also saving a little money on some of those online ticket fees. As long as you're not expecting to buy a front row ticket, you won't be too disappointed. Just make sure it's a lawn ticket or a seat that you don't think is going to sell. The last thing to talk about, of course, are set lists. For set lists, I used to frame them and hang them on my wall, but then I ran out of wall space and I had to put them somewhere else, so I just used regular sheet protectors right here. Most of the time, you can get these by just standing in the front row or really close to the front row, and the band will throw them out. Sometimes the crew will hand them to you. Hopefully you can catch one. This is Cannibal Corpse. This is the first ever set list I caught from a stage, And just like with guitar picks, I like to keep them labeled. See, because sometimes bands, they don't put their logos on the set list, so it's easy to forget who played these songs sometimes if your brain isn't working properly, like this Exodus set list right here. I have it labeled Exodus, Durham, North Carolina, September 14th, 2017. There's some bands who are on top of this, and not only do they have the date and their logo, but they also have the venue. So that's pretty cool as well. My favorite in here is Watain, because this is actual pig's blood right here, part of their stage ritual. Now, those are standard sized papers, 8.5 by 11 inches. Some bands want to make it a little more difficult for you and use the legal size papers that are 8.5 by 14 inches. I have sheet protectors and a binder for these. These are going to be a little harder to find and a little more expensive. Let's see, I have the Obsessed, I have Skeleton Witch, I have Pentagram, and fun fact, somebody actually offered to pay me for this as soon as I got it. Nice try. And Exorder right here. Now, some bands, they like to get a little creative, or if they just want to be quick and they don't have access to printers, they also put their set lists on plates, pieces of cardboard, the back of pizza boxes, you know, like your average punk band. And that's all there is to it. Everything's all in one place, nice and neat. It can sit safely on the shelf, it's easy to take out, it's easy to put back, and everything is housed very safe. So, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.